Back to the main part of the screen. Let's explore the targeting options that we have in Facebook. The first option is labeled Custom Audiences, which is a bit of a confusing word choice. Custom audiences are audiences based on existing customer information, such as email addresses or website visit data. We'll cover the options later, so let's just skip that for a moment. Your next option is Locations, and this is the only targeting option that is required. Everything else you see is optional. Since I'm based in the United States, the default is US, but you can get much more granular than that. First, you can pick whether you want to target everyone in this location, which means everyone who's living here or currently visiting the location. But you might be interested in targeting only people who live in a certain location, or those whose most recent location is within an area. Or you want to target people who are only traveling to a certain location but don't live here. If you're interested in any of these targeting options, you can pick them in this menu. I'll pick everyone in this location. Now let's further define the location. You can target users by country, state, city, zip code, or address. You can, for example, type in California to target the whole state. And you can see that Facebook suggests everything with the name California, the state, but also cities that have California in their name. You could also type in cities such as San Francisco. Let's do that. Now you can define the radius around San Francisco you want to target. The default is 25 miles, but you can change that by just clicking here. Let's pick 10 miles. Now you can add even more locations. Let's add another city, now using a zip code. I will use a zip code of Mountain View where Udacity is based, 94040. Now we would target users who are either in the zip code of 94040 or within 10 miles of San Francisco. You can delete locations by highlighting them and clicking on the X. Let's clear the location list and explore one other location targeting option. Maybe you're interested in targeting the majority of a country, but want to exclude certain states, cities, or zip codes. Instead of adding all the places you want to target, you can also use the exclude option. To do that, pick the bigger area first. I will use the United States, and then click on this drop down here that says include and select exclude. The areas you select now won't be targeted. I will exclude California and Texas. So in this case, Facebook would target users who are in the US, but not in California or Texas. And if you have a look now at the right-hand side, you can see that the potential reach is under 200 million users now, since we've narrowed the location targeting a bit. The next three targeting options you have are pretty straightforward. First, you can target users by age. The default is 18 to 65 plus, meaning everyone who's 18 years or older. If you click on either drop-down menu, you can change the minimum and the maximum age. Let's pick 20 and 40 for now. Have a look at the right sidebar. Our potential reach has been lowered down to 85 million people. That means Facebook has 85 million members who are between the ages of 20 and 40 and are located anywhere in the US, but not in California or Texas. Second, you can target users by gender. By default, Facebook is targeting users of any gender. But you can narrow your ad to one gender if that is relevant to your product. Just click on the respective button. If I click on man, for example, you can see the impact on the potential reach reflected in the sidebar. Finally, you can target users by the language they speak. This is only really important if you want to target a language that is not the dominant one in a location. If, for example, you only want to target the Spanish-speaking population in the US because you want to advertise some Spanish content, you could add Spanish here. And as expected, the potential reach of our campaign now becomes much smaller.